Aig-Imoukhuede will buy out as the CEO of Access Bank at the end of this year, leaving an institution that has risen from a fringe player in 2002 to one of the largest banks in Nigeria. I caught up with the CEO of Access Bank at the Access Bank Embracing Sustainable Leadership Conference in Lagos, and I got him to reflect on his tenure and the future of banking in Nigeria, but started by discussing his thoughts on the sustainable banking principles that have underpinned the impressive growth of Access Bank. Let's take a look.
Access Bank realizes that for it to endure, for the vision to not just be alive, but to stay alive for as long as we can hope. Leadership is not just about meeting our profitability goals. It's not just about meeting our customer service metrics. It's not just about, having fantastic quarterly analyst calls. It goes way beyond that. We operate in a society. That society hosts us. It's where we profit from, but at the same time, it's where we source our employees from. It's where our customers exist, and so many other things. And we are obliged to ensure that the society within which we operate thrives, because in the long run, if our society doesn't thrive, we can't thrive. So it is for that reason that Access Bank, since 2002, has gone on this journey of sustainable leadership, understanding and developing its ability to approach leadership not just for today, but leadership for the long term.
Share with us, as you bow out right now from Access Bank, what were the leadership principles that underpinned your tenure as CEO?
Well, there are several, but I can sum it up, this way, and I've spoken about this before with the media, and it's simply this: if you do it well, it shall be well with you. And so, in our building, we have Philippians 4:8 up there, and it simply says, whatever is good, whatever is pure, whatever is lovely, whatever is excellent, these things, think about them. So all I ask for is that in every aspect of Access Bank's existence, whether it is serving customers, whether it is our buildings, whether it is our interaction with the regulators, the interaction with our larger publics, let us do it well, let us do it good, and let us do it right.
Yourself and a few others were those that revolutionized the banking industry in Nigeria over the last 2 decades. But going forward, what are your thoughts about the new generation of bankers coming up?
Well, I think changing times call for different approaches, maybe different styles, different skills, different competencies. Entrepreneurial instincts, capacities, and capabilities are always relevant. But in terms of the development of Nigerian banks, I think it's less of an entrepreneurial focus. It's still required, okay, but more on payment systems, risk management, particularly around issues of Basel III, definitely sustainability generally as a concept. And also, there's a big idea that I'm thinking about, and it's about what is a bank really? Is it this traditional institution that I understand is licensed to take deposits, or where do supermarkets, mobile companies, and so on come to play? So maybe in 10 years' time, the CEO of what is called a bank is not going to be this guy who lent credit and all those things. It could be this guy who, lent his art in a supermarket or a mobile phone company.
What will you miss most about Access Bank?
Delighting customers. So whatever it is I'm doing, if it involves making profit, definitely it has to find me delighting customers in one way or the other.
Let's talk about difficult decisions during your tenure. What would you say was the toughest decision you had to take?
In the real sense of it, clearly the hardest decision was to leave a top executive position in a top bank without knowing where we were going and how it would end up. That was a big risk. 2020 hindsight now, it's good and so on, but just imagine if the story was different, Wally.
The big question a lot of people are asking now is that as you leave the helm at Access Bank, what next for Aig-Imoukhuede?
I promise you sometime in January we'll talk again, and then I'll